better than me, yeah. Vision on 2020, yeah. VVS, Club ID, yeah.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Down, 70, Indy.
On first down, Flanagan. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Derrick Henry. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 13. Got a man. It's Brown. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
To throw is Watson. Open man is Hansen. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On first and 10, Watson under pressure now. Watson, and down he goes. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's pick it up.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning them down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
No gain on the dump off at second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss. And no forward progress here. This is going to be a safety. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. Miller with a first down and more. That good for 22 and a first down.
All right, I got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you all know what I'm on the plus side of.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. And an alley to run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Ready. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it from route.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TV.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Christian Wilkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
I'm good for now. Did you?
An incomplete pass on that last play.
Ruby's blanket and stuff, or no?
Of course I did, and they've been waiting. I said they're in the laundry.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Right there.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't. I knew you said you were gonna wash them in a separate load, so I didn't know.
And I did, and I dried them, and I put them there for you.
Yeah.
That means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Okay.
Hey, 4 down. Come.
Back to throw here. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Here we go.
Alert!
55.
On first down, Watson. Being chased, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Right there. 54.
After the sack on first down, Watson, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. They run the counter. Sutton. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Check 31, check 31. Mike 5-4.
Throwing again is Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, Back in the good old days, probably back before you were.
And it's intercepted in the end zone. Read it well, and it's picked. Well, it's not every day you see a defense pick the ball off and already have 6 points without moving.
And on that play, no distance to run. Similar play, although it didn't happen right in the end zone, but you remember that Washington-Los Angeles Super Bowl where Joe Theismann tried to throw the screen pass? I can't remember the number, but he tried to throw the screen pass, and Jack Squire got it with no one around and just waltzed in and pretty much broke their backs. That's a similar play, although this one didn't have to run at all.
Here we go. Stats guy Johnny on the spot. Super Bowl 18, 38-9. It was in Tampa. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Chiefs continue to add on. They're really rolling. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards. It's a great throw right there. It really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
On first down, it's Watson. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Watson now to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now a first down throw, Watson.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Josh Reynolds. And it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, it's Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's got his man Sharp complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's Ryan Suckup for the Titan field goal. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And did he have enough? He did. He kept it online and managed to tuck it into the bottom right corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
Used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Watson to throw again. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw is Watson. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Here we go, D. Hey, watch that. Go. 54. Mike 54.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is taken around the 12. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry now for Miller. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we gotta snap it. We gotta snap it.
Watson off play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and now here is another interception. Picked off at the 15. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
You see me out here? That's right.
Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On play action, they'll throw. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to it. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. Call it a pickup of 7, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll set up a throw. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them. Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Watson, and that is incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning. Is it a positive? It is a positive. Okay. About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them. It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one. Here we go on 4th. Watson, and he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Kenny Vaccaro there to get a hand on that one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Texans on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Watson eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Throwing again is Watson. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. Check, check.
From the gun, here's Watson. Got an open man. It's QT. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans have retaken the lead. A big spot now for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
24 down, coming. Go, go.
Check. 42's the mic.
Again, it's Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play.
It's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the 4th quarter. The Patriots, they've taken the lead now over the Jets. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Here's Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Watson. That's caught by Howard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Here's Watson on the sneak. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Mostert. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Now Watson. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. Mostert, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami, and the Lions emerging victorious. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So now the Titans down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35, and he will have a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go. 30 base. Let him know. Let him know the fight.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Houston, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.